Sometimes people just don't like hearing the truth. Whether the truth is positive or negative, it does nevertheless need to be told, and topics like this need to be discussed. Now, over the course of the last decade, there has been 3 incarnations of this MMORPG that have existed. Initially, it existed as In Spirit Online. This game went on for a few years. It ultimately shut down, and then it got brought back as Elite Lord of Alliance. That also remained online for a period of time and then got shut down once again. Both instances of this game were completely free to play. Now, fast forward to roughly 2018, I think it was, Playwith Interactive went ahead and revived the game for a 3rd time, and they went ahead here and rebranded it into Warlords Awakening. However, where the first 2 instances of the game were entirely free to play, this one was not. This one required you to purchase the game. Not only did you have to buy this game, but they sold Founders Packs. And you know, Founders Packs are perfectly fine. I have nothing against them if you want to get access to unique costumes or a unique mount, then, you know, by all means, go right ahead. But they offered Founders Packs on top of the paid game that is just the same game that has been free to play twice already. And I went ahead here, I did a dedicated video on this, and I've discussed this on stream multiple times, but I went ahead here, I did a dedicated video on it, I invested several hours into it, and my opinion of it was that it was a cheap cash grab. My exact words were, Warlords Awakening is a disgusting rebranded cash grab of an MMORPG. Now, I went ahead here, I claimed that this game should not have been buy to play because it really shouldn't have. It was free in both of its previous incarnations, and I went on to claim that the game would probably end up shutting down over the course of the year, because really, the game shut down twice already. This game relaunched a 3rd time years later, after this game was already irrelevant. What exactly is going to keep players playing it this time? And man, I got absolutely destroyed. Like, there were people that genuinely made dedicated videos in response to my video talking about how much crap I was spouting, just absolutely attacking every aspect of the video I did. And I was in shock and awe because I played In Spirit Online. I played Elite Lord of Alliance. While they were perfectly decent games a decade ago, they were not going to hold up in 2018. And being charged for a game that is available for free, or was available for free prior to this incarnation of it existing, should never be a thing. Like, when Bless Online launched as a buy-to-play MMO, when it was initially a free-to-play MMO, people were livid. When Astelia Online launched as a buy-to-play MMO, when it had previously been a free-to-play MMO over in its country of origin, people were absolutely livid. And in both instances, they had every right to be, especially considering Blast Online shortly after went free to play after selling a plethora of Founders Packs and charging people for the base game. And like with Bless, Astelia Online had Founders Packs, had that buy to play opt-in, and is now also free to play. And I mentioned if Warlords Awakening did not shut down within a year, then it was definitely going to go free to play at the very least. And you know what? Within a year, Warlords Awakening shut down, and Warlords Awakening also went free to play prior to shutting down. So, like, I was just left wondering why players, why you guys, well, not necessarily you guys, but why players buy into stuff like this. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys here. It seems like it's very, very easy to make money in the MMO genre these days. All you have to do is establish a company, go ahead and purchase the publishing rights to a game that has already existed and shut down. Go ahead, relaunch the game under a new title, sell Founders Packs, make it buy to play, and there are gonna be thousands, tens of thousands of people that go ahead, that buy the game, that buy the Founders Packs, and you're gonna earn a fortune. And then you literally shut it down, you move on, maybe you wait a bit in between, and then you go ahead and you do it again. This has been done repeatedly over the course of the last several years. Guardians of Ember, Warlords Awakening, DK Online. This has been done repeatedly, and I don't understand how it's continuing to happen. But I wanted to take a moment here and discuss this in a little more detail, because I've never done a dedicated video on Warlords Awakening after that first time. I never really elaborated on the whole incident surrounding the Warlords Awakening video, purely because I didn't want to attack or start drama with other content creators, or I didn't want to start additional drama with the company, which I just want to add here. The Warlords Awakening, I'm not going to say developers, but I'm going to say the publisher, the people that owned the rights to it and that were publishing the game on Steam, reached out to me at the time, and they attempted to have my video removed by offering me several $1,000s. They reached out to me initially under the guise of a sponsorship, where they asked me, hey, we really want you to go ahead here and do a dedicated video on our new game, Warlords Awakening. We would love it if you could take a moment here and respond if you're interested. So I did. I was like, hey, sure, I know I did a video on it already, but I'm more than happy taking another look, a much deeper look at the game. So they were like, oh, sure, that sounds great, but we noticed your video seems to be displaying the game in a more negative light, and we can't really have you necessarily having both a negative and perhaps a less negative, maybe positive opinion of the game. So, you know, if you're interested in receiving the several $1,000 sponsorship here, we just want you to perhaps go ahead and remove your negative video on the game. And I was like, yeah, no, I am good. And so that was pretty much it with that game, and that was it with that developer, that publisher. I know they publish a couple other games right now, Rohan Blood Feud, Seal Online, and Eclipse War Online. If you guys know what those three games are, I've never actually heard of Eclipse War Online, but I mean, it says it's an MMORPG. Actually, you know what? I might go ahead here and take a look at this game. I might go ahead and take a look at this game now, because it says it is a new genre of MMORPG. So that has me genuinely curious. And given the fact that these developers, these publishers, are some of the worst that I have ever seen, I think this is a perfect opportunity to, right? Now, again, I mentioned that this game was going to be a cash grab. I mentioned that this game was going to go free to play. I mentioned that this game was going to shut down. And you know what? People at the time, they were just so excited to play something that they thought was new, but in reality it wasn't, that they just thought that I was blindly hating on the game. Fast forward, just literally less than a year later, it went free to play, it shut down, everything I said about the game was true, and people wasted their money on it. Now, the topic of this video was that people don't want to hear the truth about video games, about developers, about publishers, about content creators, about everything. Cool, I love that motorbike dude just rides by like every other day now, and I just hear him going vroom all the way down the street. Thank you, motorbike guy. Anyway, people, they have this bubble that they want to stay in, and they refuse to believe that developers, that publishers, that games in general might be taking them for granted, might be abusing them, might be milking them, using them, when the reality of it is that a lot of them do. And this video is just to, I guess, not necessarily attack Warlords Awakening or play with entertainment, because I don't think you should necessarily go out and attack them, but at the same time, I think that this is a topic that should definitely be brought to light, that should definitely be discussed, because this is very prevalent in the genre these days, and it is something that I am genuinely disgusted by. But you know what? That's everything I wanted to talk about with regards to this topic in specific today. Let me know if you guys feel roughly the same. Let me know if you guys have a difference of opinion, or you know what? Let's just discuss this topic in general down in the comment section below. Anyway, guys, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.